One of the most interesting takeaways from the Cohen testimony is the daunting awareness that there now seems to be plenty of evidence that the president committed crimes. And the big question is, so what are Democrats going to do about it? Which might seem to be an odd way to look at things, but an inevitable one nonetheless, since the only thing Republicans have done is to insulate the president from accountability. Joining me now, one of the president's most outspoken critics, Congresswoman Maxine, Democrat from California, and the chair of the Financial Services Committee. Congresswoman, do you feel like you learned new things at the Cohen testimony? Did it change your mind? Did it intensify your feelings about things you already thought?
Well, as you know, I have been looking at this president before he was inaugurated, and I came out early talking about impeachment because I knew all about Manafort and Flynn and Sater and all of these people, and so I'm not really surprised. Not a lot of new information, but it's information that needs to be investigated, needs to be explored, because the Republicans certainly did not do anything with this information. And so whether we're talking about collusion or obstruction of justice, we're talking about finances, we're talking about the foundation, this really needs to be investigated and explored.
Well, don't we already, I guess my question is there not already evidence that he's implicated in at least one criminal conspiracy, what has to do with the hush money payments? And is that not, in your mind, a high crime or misdemeanor?
Oh, certainly. Absolutely. This president has lied. He said that, he had not, the president said he has not paid off anybody, but he certainly has.
Let me ask you this. There's now a movement among, you're in Democratic leadership, of course, you chair the Financial Services Committee. There's a move among leadership, sort of coordinated move, that the chair of the Ways and Means Committee is going to move towards the president's taxes. That's something you've called for in the past. Are you happy that seems to be happening?
Well, as you know, there's a coordinated effort between all of us, the 5 different committees that we chair. I'm on Financial Services, and of course we have Judiciary, and we have Oversight and Investigations, and we have the Ways and Means Committee and Foreign Affairs Committee. We're meeting so that we understand what each other are doing and that we're not necessarily bumping into each other. Mm-hmm. And so we're coordinating our efforts, and I think it's a very good thing that we're doing. Do you,
but you, just to be clear, you favor or endorse them moving forward to try to acquire the president's tax returns?
Oh, absolutely. And that's in the Ways and Means.
Right.
And yes, absolutely. This president has lied about his tax returns. He said that they were being audited and that because of that, he could not share them. But he's never intended to share his tax returns because he knows we're going to find out a lot about him when he does and the lies that he's been telling. And what I really want to know, and it may not be in my jurisdiction, but what I really want to know is whether or not he performed services that he got paid for, and he did not want to pay taxes on them, and so he told the people to put the money into the foundation.
Right.
I believe there's a lot of evidence for that. I've even gotten some calls from people who are close to this information who's sharing it with me, and it may be information that I give to the Ways and Means Committee. We'll see how to work it, but there's a lot of information about how this foundation was used or misused.
Interesting. So the foundation. I want to ask a few other oversight questions. You've already sent a letter to Mick Mulvaney, who, of course, is the head of OMB, the chief of staff, and current chief of staff acting, and was the head of the CFPB for a short while, saying that you may want him to come before your committee to talk about his tenure there. What do you want to learn about what he did there?
Well, we know that Mulvaney was sent to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau in order to dismantle it. The Republicans hate the Financial Services Protection Bureau. They hate the Bureau. And so they want to get rid of it, and they have undermined it in every way that they possibly can. And so Mulvaney was sent there to do it in. And basically, we want him to come and talk about some of the things that he has done to undermine the Financial Services Protection Bureau and see what he has to say.
Another area of oversight that you've been focused on for quite a while has to do with Deutsche Bank, which is in your portfolio at Financial Services, is also the sort of loan bank lending to Donald Trump after his multiple bankruptcies. There's some indication they are cooperating with your committee now in investigating, or with the Democrats more broadly. What's going on there?
Yes, they are. As you know, we started sending letters to Deutsche Bank last year, and they were not responsive because they did not feel that we had the authority to demand anything from them, the documents that we wanted. But now that I'm chairing that committee and the Democrats are in charge of the House, they have said they will cooperate. We have people that are going up to New York to sit with these people and to go over our document requests, and we're going to find out a lot about Deutsche Bank and that bank's relationship to the president. We are very concerned about money laundering. We know that Deutsche Bank has had a reputation for money laundering for a long time, and it's the only bank that would really deal with the president. The other banks said hands off. They had enough of him, his bankruptcies, his suing, even Deutsche Bank. And so Deutsche Bank is, the bank that he has been dealing with, and his family have been dealing with Deutsche Bank. They all, I think, have loans, big loans from Deutsche Bank. So we're really interested in his finances, and they have done reviews. We want to know what those reviews tell them about what he's doing.
So you have staffers that are coordinating with, I imagine, attorneys at Deutsche Bank on document production right now?
Yes, I do.
Wow, okay. I think I learned something new there. Congressman Maxine Waters, thank you so much for making the time.
Well, thank you so very much.
Still to come, Michael Cohen's testimony.